Hey guys, what's going on? Stevie Boy over here, and welcome to Stories from the Garage. Today is January 6th, and this day. It's something of it's a day that we should remember as the day where we almost lost our democracy, and it's a sad day for America if you really think about it. To me, it's like we are supposed to compare this, and we should compare this to September 11th, because the only difference was that the people that were attacking us back then were foreigners, whereas this time the attacks came from within. It's from people that are deranged, people that are completely and totally, that have bought basically into this persona that is nothing but a sham. He's a complete deranged person. It's this orange pumpkin that doesn't deserve any respect as a president. You know, he doesn't deserve to be considered the president of the United States. He was already the president once, and that's it. Like, he should not be elected president again. And he is, in my opinion, one of the people that planned the attack on the Capitol. Yes, he did that, in my opinion. And it's very clear that he had planned on calling the election not to be fair, and he had planned on just stay in power as long as he could. And that's not what America is about. America is so much more than that. And we can do way better. Yeah. Oh, it's been 2 years. Sorry about that. It's been 2 years since the Orange Pumpkin tried to take over the government. And yeah, I mean, I want to basically for us to remember the fallen ones, like the people that died in during those during that attack. You know, it was people from both sides. Yes, we had police officers that had died on that day, and then we also have people from the insurrection side, the terrorists that had people dying, and so both sides have had their casualties, but it's sad to see how America like was so close into losing that one thing that we are the beacon of. We are the beacon of democracy, and it's rather ironic how today we basically had um, the election of the Speaker of the House, given giving us basically the hope for democracy, but at the same time thinking that the person that was elected the Speaker of the House now is somebody that's, in my opinion, he's like I was reading one of the excerpts from one of his colleagues, one of his Republican colleagues. He basically was saying that Kevin McCarthy would literally do anything, and it's very clear that he would do anything in order to become Speaker of the House. The guy doesn't have, in my opinion, he does not have a moral compass, because he showed some spine when uh, when he condemned the attacks on January 6th. But a few weeks later, he went to Mar-a-Lago, and he basically ended up bowing to the person that was one of the enablers of the attack. Not only an enabler, but he was one of the people that actually, intellectually thought about it. So yeah, let's keep things in perspective, and I'm speaking based upon the readings that I've made on the committee on the committee for the January 6th investigation. The, I can't remember what that committee is called, but yeah. Um, let's hope for there to be um, for the people that are supposed to be held responsible. Let's hope for them to be held responsible because we we can do so much better. We are America. We are like people from all over the world want to come to the U.S. because we really are the beacon of freedom. Like it's thanks to that I'm able to express my points of view on this channel. So by all means, like it definitely is a beacon of freedom. So let's not lose that. Let's uh, let's embrace this and let's keep on embracing democracy and let's have discussions, let's have these disagreements, but let's have these disagreements and let's talk about them and let's talk about them um, in a civilized manner. We cannot have so it's so funny how both sides actually, like Democrats and Republicans, they get to be like so, like the far right and the far left, they get to be like so entangled on their ideas and their views when they should be pragmatic. And that's one of the things that I actually value from President Biden is the fact that he's very pragmatic. Grandpa Joe is super pragmatic. That's a given. Like I've seen that. Like he actually has had a lot of accomplishments throughout these years that he's been in office, and yeah, and like I said, do not vote for the party. Vote for the person. That's always a good thing. Think about the person. Think about what plans they have for America. You know, don't vote for a party. Vote for a person. Vote for the person. It's very simple. That way, you're actually voting for an actual plan. Because it's I just find it so nerve-wracking sometimes to see like sheeple, right, that are voting for they think that they are voting for a person, but they are voting for the party, and that's not the case. Just make sure that you read the plan that they have, the government plan. Please do that. That's one of the things. That's one of the beauties of of living in a democracy. You get to read the plan that the candidates have, and then you get to analyze it, and then if it aligns with you, great. If it doesn't, well, vote for the other person or just vote yourself in. Like that's one of the beauties about this country. Like I said, like democracy is something that we should embrace more, and we are the beacon of freedom, so let's not forget about it. Now, in sports news, I read that Hamlin, this I think he's a defensive end from the Bills, from the Buffalo Bills. I read that he's gotten some major strides forward, and I'm so happy for him. Like that has been something that it really has it really has made me happy, to see that he's recovering after having apparently two heart attacks. That's amazing, man. Like you definitely have that willingness to live, and like everybody else, like so I'm just very happy to hear that he's doing better, and that I mean I think that he's still intubated but receiving much less oxygen, so that means that his lungs are working well. I think that he's at 50% oxygen, at least that was the case yesterday. I don't know, whatever the situation is, it's amazing because the guy is able to, he was asking how the game ended, that's how That's pretty good actually for him to be able to articulate and for him to be able to remember that he was playing that game. That's amazing. Good for you, man. I'm very happy for you. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm very happy for you. And now in political news, like I said, we just have a new Speaker of the House. And you know what's funny? It was funny to hear Matt Gaetz basically saying that, like accusing. Well, it was very funny for him to be saying that there was some loitering, I think, and some trespassing going on the um, Speaker of the House office. And I was just wondering myself, well, so what's the rule according to you? Like you have to come in on January 6th and basically smear shit on the walls of the of that office. Is that the whole idea of how you actually should be in that office? I guess that's how you would like to be elected. But yeah, it's rather ironic to hear him say that. That's the rule, I guess, for him and for his no keepers. And don't get me wrong, I'm not in favor of Kevin McCarthy at all. Like, I think he's spineless, and like I said, I think that both parties have either like this far right or far left people that are not what we need. And so we have the power of voting. So let's do it. Let's vote. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it for today. I hope that your New Year is going really well. I'm sorry if this. Well, I'm not sorry, but I just like I would like for this to be a funnier kind of podcast, but even my speech is kind of. Well, even my speaking right now is kind of like I can't even articulate the words right now. Jeez. But yeah, I hope that you guys have a great weekend, and I mean, I hope that you guys' week went well. It was the first week of 2023. Can you believe that? It's already a week since the new year. Is it new? Are we still supposed to say Happy New Year? When do you stop saying Happy New Year? Do you go through January, tell people Happy New Year? Or when do you stop? Let me know that. I would like to know that. When do you stop saying Happy New Year? Yeah? That would be something interesting to know. It's like, what if you get a Happy New Year in February? Should that be already Happy Valentine's? Just trying to get your perspective. So let me know. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. And thank you for listening to Stories from the Garage. Good night. Bye 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 bye.